Good morning and happy day to you. Yeah, you. Algebra Notes 8-5 here, writing recursive sequences. So, previous lesson, we talked about evaluating recursive sequences. And the big thing was that recursive, that word recursive, means that you're using that a sub n minus 1, because that a sub n minus 1 is that previous term. And that's basically what recursive is. Recursive just depends on the previous term. And that's what made it kind of annoying, because when we started off and they were looking for like a sub 5 or something, we couldn't just plug in a sub 5 and find out what it was. We had to start with 1 and then find 2 and then find 3 and then find 4, and then we could find the fifth one. So a little bit annoying, but shocking. So again, review of these given formulas that we have here. And when we talk about given, these are given on your reference sheet. So you have to, know enough to look at the reference sheet. So we've got our two different sequences, the one with the D, that common difference, making this one arithmetic, A-R-I. Right, those arithmetic sequences are the ones that have the common difference, that are AKA linear, right? That constant rate of change. So that's what that common difference means. That slope, you're used to seeing it as the variable b, or not b, sorry, m. Now it's d instead for common difference. And again, when don't get confused by the a's and the n's. This is still just a y equals mx plus b kind of a formula. They're just using a's and n's instead of y's and x's. Okay, over here then, using the r, that r talking about my like a pirate. Just kidding. It's embarrassing. I'm so funny. That r talking about your common ratio, aka your multiplying factor. Meaning, if there is a common ratio, if there is a multiplying factor, that makes this a geometric sequence because it's modeled after an exponential function. My apologies. Exponential. And again, all these exponential equations are just some sort of form of, your y equals a times b raised to that x power. Oh my God, my face itches today. Allergies or something. I don't even know if I have allergies, but my eyeball itches. My nose itches. Oh, it's like my hair. My hair keeps touching my face. Okay, moving on. So your recursive formulas, remember we talked about those recursive formulas. You were given them yesterday. You are not given to them on your reference sheet. You need to know these. And they're actually not really too bad once you see that they both start off the same exact way. They both start off with that a sub n is equal to a sub n minus 1. And then it just depends on if it's arithmetic versus geometric. If it's arithmetic, that common difference, you're just adding d to the end of it. Versus if it's geometric, you're just multiplying by r, that common ratio. So again, I'm just going to make a note that that's my common difference. Diff. And I'm just going to extend that arrow that way. See how that works there. When you are writing these formulas, you are only filling in D or R, depending on your situation when you're writing them. And yeah. Okay. Next, when given a recursive definition, you have to have two things there. You must have that n minus 1, coming right from, n minus 1, n minus 1. You've got to have that n minus 1. And everyone loves to forget this one. You need to tell us what the first or a starting term is. And you'll see exactly what I mean. Well, actually, I can just write it right underneath here. So, and then those recursive formulas would then tell you that a sub 1 is equal to what? A sub 1 is equal to what? You need to tell them what that first starting term is. It could be a sub 1 or it could be a sub 0. It really doesn't matter which one, as long as you're giving us something to start with. And that's because if you have the formula, if I just real quick make up a recursive formula, a sub n is equal to a sub n minus 1 plus 7, I can't figure out what a sub 3 is until I know what a sub 2 is. And I can't figure out what a sub 2 is until I know what a sub 1 is. And I can't figure anything out until I have a starting place, until I know what to start with. That's why it's so important to have that starting term. You will lose a point if you don't. All right, we'll look at examples.